Cephalofair Games brings a new title to the gaming community. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion is a standalone game that takes place before the events of Gloomhaven. The game includes 4 new characters: Valrith Redguard, a tank with crowd control; Inux Hatchet, ranged damage; Human Void Warden, support, mind control; and Quattral Demolitionist, melee damage, obstacle manipulation. And they can also be used in the original Gloomhaven game. The game also includes 16 monster types, including 7 new standard monsters and 3 new bosses, and a new campaign with 25 scenarios that invite the hero to investigate a case of mysterious disappearances within the city. Is it the workings of vermlings, or something far more sinister? Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion is aimed at a more casual audience to get people into gameplay more quickly. All of the hard-to-organize cardboard map tiles have been removed, and instead, players will play on the scenario book itself, which features new artwork unique to each scenario. The last barrier to entry, i.e. learning the game, has also been lowered through a simplified rule set and 5-scenario tutorial, which will ease new players into the experience. Whew. That sounds awesome, and huge, and epic, and heavy, but yet compact and inviting. Now, the original Gloomhaven game is one of the top-loved board games of so many players. It is considered one of the best role-playing game box board games of all time. It has also been called a little complicated, a little fidgety. This streamlines it all down. That makes this a great entry game to an existing phenomenal game line to help bring in new players who are curious but have yet to quite take the bite. Now, the game uses cards in a sort of pre-strategy system, putting some cards out in advance, your strategy. However, it also does have a fairly unique system in being able to tweak at the last moment things that you've already been planning on doing, giving it a realistic sense, where you're in the middle of an encounter, a battle, a scene, and you're going to do something, but then something in the scene changes and it's not the best option for you anymore. That's the situation that this is trying to deal with the rule, and I find that highly exciting. The game goes beyond the typical murder hobo sort of scenario that many RPGs and classic RPGs can very easily fall into the category of. And it does this with the use of the story that's being put forward. It's doing this with the use of the character's skills as much as it is with straight-edge combat. And it brings the game to life in this whole story sense that's going to blossom out right in front of you, and you're going to be a part of it, directing it to a degree. And from what I've seen of this storybook style board that they're using, that you're moving through, it looks really great. The pictures that I've seen have really kind of sucked me into wanting to not only see more of this, but obviously to experience it. And of course, that's why it's on my wish list, and I think it should be on yours too. So if you're looking for an RPG style dungeon delving story game that has been specifically made for an easy entry, or if you've just been curious about Gloomhaven to begin with, then you definitely need to have on your wish list, get on your shelf, and throw on the table to play Cool Mini or Knots, Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion.